From the studios of Books in Motion, this is Kris Faulkner, reading Winds Across Texas by Susan Yawn Tanner. Chapter 1. Texas, September 1857. Katherine walked swiftly along the wooden sidewalk, ignoring the looks, sidelong and sometimes hostile, cast her way. She was used to the stares. They could no longer make her cringe, but the child she held in her arms was clutched tightly, as if in an effort to shield it. In the street, mud churned beneath horses' hooves and wagon wheels and was carried on boots to the already caked walkway. "Katherine! Katherine, wait!" Reluctantly she paused and turned, her graceful figure poised on the edge of movement. To stand still in this town was to invite an opportunity for others to wound. At least that was true for Katherine. The girl who had hailed her was running to catch up, the exertion giving her ivory skin a glow of rose. Elizabeth Kern was perhaps the prettiest girl in New Braunfels, Texas, and it was no detraction from her that she was well aware of the fact. "Weren't you even going to stop in?" Elizabeth asked her in accusing tones. "You never come to town any more." She knew the reason for that as well as any, and better than most. It was not shame that held Katherine Bellamy close to home. Not shame, but a burning bitterness, almost a hatred. Aunt Dee needed some lengths of material from Leggett's for Shay. Instinctively, Katherine hugged the little girl close to her breast, her expression hard. Elizabeth winced in sympathy. "You mustn't mind Mr. Leggett, Katherine." "Well, he thinks the same as everyone else in this town." "Not everyone." Elizabeth's reminder was gentle. "I know some are deliberately cruel, but most just don't understand, or they're afraid." "Of Shay?" Katherine smiled bitterly. "No, they aren't afraid of an 18-month-old baby girl. They've just made a judgment as to what her place in this world should be." Elizabeth could not argue that point. There were townsfolk who felt that way, and they were the same ones who judged Katherine Bellamy, judged and condemned her. "Here, let me hold Shay," she pleaded. "It's been weeks since I've seen either of you, and Mama will be disappointed that you didn't come by to see her. Oh, you know how she loves Shay." Elizabeth held out her arms enticingly, and Katherine relaxed her defensive hold on the child. Shay went to Elizabeth without hesitation, reaching for her with plump, short arms. At 18 months, Shay was outgrowing her babyhood much more swiftly than Katherine could have imagined, and she was almost too big to be carried for any length of time. Her skin was soft and golden, her hair dark and straight, and her eyes unexpectedly gray. Elizabeth held her lovingly. "Have you heard from Ford?" she asked, the question in a studiedly casual tone. "I thought he expected to be home weeks ago." "You'll learn that time doesn't mean a great deal to my brother," Katherine said dryly. Shay struggled in Elizabeth's arms as she spied a horse moving within touching distance. Her tiny hands reached for the animal. "Shay, no," Katherine spoke sharply, her eyes challenging the rider. He shifted his disdainful gaze and rode on. Katherine took the baby from Elizabeth, and Shay grew quiet and watchful, the coveted horse forgotten in her mother's rare displeasure. "I have to go, Elizabeth. I'll send word as soon as we hear from Ford." Elizabeth shook her head. "Please don't. Ford will come to see me if he wants." The unaccustomed dignity was becoming in her. "Be sure to tell your aunt I said hello." Suddenly anxious to be gone, Katherine nodded. She didn't want to be home so much as she wanted to be away from town. In truth, she'd not felt truly at home anywhere for a long, long time. But anywhere was better than here. Elizabeth's sympathy was sometimes hard to accept. Katherine despised anything resembling pity for herself or for the child everyone believed to be her daughter. She reached the buckboard and lifted Shay up before climbing agilely into the seat. Lifting the reins, she straightened and encountered an intense stare.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?